The most interesting fight on UFC 314 is John Silva versus Bryce Mitchell. This is my main event, in my opinion. This is the fans' main event, especially the controversy that's been going on with Bryce Mitchell and even the promoting from John Silva and Bryce Mitchell. This fight is exquisite. I'm using a fancy word, but yeah, it's that. And guys, today I'm going to be going over Bryce Mitchell, his path to victory, and John Silva, his path to victory. Now, both have their way of winning, and I'm going to talk about how they're going to implement it this fight. Now, a lot of you guys are coming from watching Bryce Mitchell get KO'd by Josh Emmett, get submitted by Ilia Topuria. But guys, look at the quality of competition this guy's faced. He faced Josh Emmett at a time where he shouldn't even have taken the fight. Like, I believe it was a bit short notice and it just wasn't the right time for him to fight. And then he also fought Ilia Topuria earlier from that. And even that was very short notice. He was sick also on the lead up to the fight. And in the first round, he was outworking the El Matador. He was doing more work than Ilia Topuria in that first round. Now, we're not going to speak about the rest of that fight because he did lose. But take into account that this guy was injured to the lead up of that. And you can't just judge off of every fight. I don't believe Gene Silva is an Ilia Topuria. He's not. Uh, and, you know, Gene Silva versus Charles Jourdain, he was getting taken down left and right in that fight. And if you get taken down by Bryce Mitchell, guys, you have to understand, Bryce Mitchell is one of the best grapplers in the UFC. This guy has pulled off a twister in the UFC, and I believe there's only been 4 or 3 twisters done ever, and he's one of them. Then this guy has an amazing game off his back, has an amazing full guard, has an amazing top mount. This guy is very good, and you got to watch out. And if I'm Gene Silva, I better be practicing that sprawl. I better be practicing any form of takedown defense because you do not want to be on the ground with Bryce Mitchell. And yeah, Bryce Mitchell, he's going to have to look to really get clean entries, really avoid striking with Gene Silva because he is the much better striker. But yeah, he's just going to have to go for these clean entries, get in the clinch, go for the takedown right away. He doesn't want to stay in the clinch for too long because from what we've seen, Gene Silva can still hit you pretty hard in the clinch. We saw that versus Charles Jourdain. And yeah, I think that's the way Bryce Mitchell can win this fight. Now we got the path to victory for Gene Silva. Now Gene Silva, guys, he really has to just focus on fighting in and out of the pocket because he is the smaller guy here. So typically he's not going to be able to fight, from range and all. So we're going to see him get inside and out. But he doesn't want to stay inside for too long because Bryce Mitchell will initiate the clinch. And when he does get clinched, he has to look to landing strikes while transitioning out because if he stays in there, he will get finished. He'll get taken down and he will get submitted. Bryce Mitchell has a much better ground game than Gene Silva. Gene Silva got taken down by Charles Jourdain. And yeah, I think I said this already, but yeah, getting taken down by Charles Jourdain is not a good thing, especially that Charles Jourdain he was fighting at 145 pounds, but nowadays he fights at 135 pounds. He realized he was too small for featherweight. He was a bantamweight. And yeah, if Gene Silva really just stays in the clinch, he'll get dominated. He'll get taken down. He has to really focus on his takedown defense, but at the same time, be able to confidently implement his game like usual. Keep that smile on your face, but remember that Bryce Mitchell has a threat to you. He's not just there. Remember, Bryce Mitchell, he's still very good. He's not the same fighter he once was, but he still is a threat. That's my path for Gene Silva. Thanks for watching Beyond the Cage podcast. If you guys want me to talk about anything else, comment down below and I will. All right. Thanks. Ciao.